What is going on, mi gente? I just wanted to. Okay. What is going on, mi gente? I just wanted to hop on here very fast to let you know that this was a live episode that myself and WesterosO recorded a few days ago. So it might not be in line on track with how the TV show is going on right now. We talked about episode one and our expectations for episode two. That was on last Sunday. So, yes, it was still a great discussion. So, I will be posting it as a regular video now. It's not only going to be on the live video section of YouTube and also for Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So, with that being said, you guys enjoy. Don't forget to follow Binging Dragons on Instagram and TikTok, and of course, subscribe to the channel here on YouTube, Spotify for video version, Apple Podcasts, it's only audio, and leave us some good old comments. We always enjoy reading those to find out. It's always good to read feedback. Anyways, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Welcome to Binging Dragons, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. What is going on, mi gente? Welcome back to another episode of Binging Dragons. In this case, it'll be once again a live episode, and don't be surprised if, like, the next, I don't know, 10 episodes are going to be live because, man, they're really, really good because we get to interact with people in the chat and whatnot. But today, tonight, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, we are going to be talking about House of the Dragon, season two, episode two, and our expectations. We'll talk about a little bit episode one as well. But the most important thing is, who am I going to be talking about these awesome uh, subjects, things, whatever it is from House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and A Song of Ice and Fire? Because I will be definitely asking questions about A Song of Ice and Fire. Um, with that being said, let me welcome you guys. An awesome person and actually a brother in Rollor. For those of you that know A Song of Ice and Fire, you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, it is none other than WesterosO. Damn it, I almost messed it up. Oh,
Got it. You
what's
got
up,
it.
my
How you doing? You okay? You got it. Don't worry about it. You got it. It was good.
I almost messed up. I told you, man, intros are not easy. Um, everyone that whenever I listen or watch a podcast, I was like, man, that's a really damn good intro. And to be honest, they're not as easy as they look.
I I 100% believe you. Like when I make TikToks,
Uh,
I don't think people realize how many times I try and do one clip. Like I deleted about 10.
yes,
It's so hard.
yes, dude. But no, man, welcome to Binging Dragons. This has been months in the making.
It's all my
But
fault. My fault. It's my fault. I'm so sorry.
oh no, nah, you're fine, man. You have a lot of like big obligations, with work and all of that. So there is no problem with that. How are you doing, by the way? Are you doing great? Hope you are.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Literally work free for the next 7 weeks. Going traveling for the next 2 or 3 weeks tomorrow night, and then yeah, so
Ooh,
positive
man.
feeling. Positive feeling.
Oh, I love that, dude. Like you said, we were talking before starting the episode. You're watching the episode tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
For House of the Dragon. And that's one damn good way to start uh the day, really.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can't wait. Like the moment I wake up, I just grab my laptop and I'm just like, let's go.
Oh man. And yeah, that's really, really awesome. So people, like I mentioned in the beginning, we will be talking about House of the Dragon season two, episode two, which for us, if you're watching in the States, it will be premiering depending where you are Eastern time, 9 p.m. Um, but we before we get into season two, since this is the first time that I have Westerosio, by the way, people, um, this will probably blow a lot of people's mind, but it's not. He didn't put a zero there just because, you know. Uh, a lot of us have always called you Westerosi, but it's actually Westerosio, people. But yeah, we will be talking about episode two, season two. And before that, I wanted to ask you a few questions before we get into all of that. And if you are in the chat, please make sure to like drop questions. We will be going, I'll be going here soon live on TikTok as well. So if anyone has a question, please drop them in there and we'll talk about it at one point. Um, but before we get to that, I wanted to ask you, how did you get we sort of were talking about it behind, before starting the episode, but how did you get into creating TikToks or just content creation and all of that?
So if you, I was going to say if you remember, but like she's still around. She's still doing great. Lady Lannister on
Oh
TikTok.
yeah, dude. Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Nikki, yes.
I was like, I finished the series. I've read all the books, and I didn't have anyone to talk to about Game of Thrones to, like anybody. And I was like, how can I talk to people about this? I went on Reddit. I think the Song of Ice and
As
Fire Reddit,
as as we used to back in, the good old Game of Thrones days.
and I was Reddit. It's not really a place to have a conversation. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like more of.
Yes. Yes.
It was just one day. I was on TikTok and I was just scrolling as you normally do. I must have typed in something Game of Thrones, or my phone was speaking to me. Do you know when you speak to your phone and somebody comes
Yes.
up? And Lady Lannister popped up with and I still remember it to this day. It was a TikTok. She was explaining. Uh, no, I don't remember it to this day. She was explaining Lady Stoneheart to people. She was explaining that
Oh,
because
yes. Yes.
people didn't know, people obviously people who've just watched the TV show don't know that
Mhm.
Catelyn is technically still alive in the book.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you can talk about it on TikTok. She had 4,000 followers. I followed her and she kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. And I was like, you know what? I need to get involved in this. I made like TikToks of like trending sounds. And this is months, like literally months, just one every couple of days, just silly ones, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I gained tens of followers, you know, it got over 100, maybe 200. And I think I got to about 1,000. And this is over like months. I'm talking like 6 or 7 months. And because I just really wanted to be in the conversation, you know. And then luckily, one of my TikToks, it was about the ending of Game of Thrones. It went,
Yes.
it went not, it didn't go viral. It got like 300,000 views. People started asking questions in the comments, and I just started replying to them in videos. And, you know, I was like, okay, now I can, it's like, now I can show that I know stuff. So I started,
Yeah. Yeah.
what happened here? What happened here? I started talking. I started making videos, very low effort videos. Like I would just record myself, um, and then I would gain followers slowly over time. And if anything, the whole reason my account I've got to where I am today is because of House of the Dragon. Because so many people came to TikTok to talk about House of the Dragon.
Hmm.
So many people came to, you know, wanted to know things, talk about it. Because I like even now, I'm noticing that other people are talking about House of the Dragon. Like my follower count is going up way more than a few months ago. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Dude, even like myself, I've been noticing that quite a bit. The thing with my account is that I've been more mixed always, with like doing movies and TV, even some gaming and whatnot. But always I wanted to have Game of Thrones because it's my like Game of Thrones universe is my favorite, like, fantasy world and all of that. And now that I'm getting into, we'll talk about this here soon, but because I wanted to ask you, I got into A Song of Ice and Fire here a few months ago for the first time. I was like, forget it. I'm gonna start reading A Song of Ice and Fire. I can't. I don't care if George never finishes. Obviously, I would love for him to finish it. But at the same time, man, the first well, I'm currently on a Feast for Crows.
Uh,
Which all I will say for a Feast for Crows, like I told Kelly, is, or I think I told JJ, I can't remember. I swear to God, I will lose my shit if the Greyjoys say one more time the dead may never die. Because it
uh,
just drives me freaking crazy. Like that first like chapter, I think it's literally the first chapter, the prophet, I think it is. Jesus, dude. It
I
took me a while, especially after a Storm of Swords, which is incredible.
I can't lie. The chapters on the Iron Islands in that book were were difficult to get through. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I was reading them like, okay, let's move.
Yes. Yes.
But no,
Be
I agree.
before I get back to something you were saying about Lady Lannister, Roger, because we're live, I want to like make sure that people, hey, we're seeing the comments. WesterosO, if you want, there's a part on, you should see it on your screen that
Okay,
says chat. If you tap on the chat thing or icon, it should
yeah,
open up the chat.
yeah,
Awesome. So just in case you see one that I missed or anything, just be more than welcome to uh, just put it in there or let me know if I miss it. But Roger, Daya, those are two very awesome topics that we will definitely talk about here soon. Um, one of them has to do with the Eric and Eric moment, which we might be getting it tonight, and then something about lore of with Hugh Hammer and all those good things.
yeah.
Which is funny. I think you made a video
I
today,
just
was it? That's
yes,
great.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Awesome, awesome. So, dude, that journey, like you said something so like great, and it's low effort content. And I
yeah.
wish I could like, man, I wish I could do that. Now I'm all set up of like, oh man, I want to put this, I want to put that. But I've been trying to put more and more inside my head that sometimes just freaking get your phone and talk. Like
Yeah.
don't try to make things harder than they already are for us people that work, the good old 9 to 5s and all these,
No,
things.
like 100. I see how much effort you put into your videos. Like you do crazy amounts, and I just would never be able to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I respect that honestly. Um, but like I was like, I don't know how to put more effort into it. Do you know what I mean? All I know is how to just say what I know. You know?
Dude, that makes it so unique, and that is the reason why so many people, including myself, love your content, dude.
Thank you.
Um, and but it's funny, man. I'm so happy Lady Lannister uh has been getting so much love because first of all, she of course deserves every all the love that's out there. She deserves that and more. Shout out Lady Lannister. Now I think she's overseer Nick. But man, if something that is true is that this fandom, us, the people that loved her content of A Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, all that good stuff, man, we will definitely be missing her like quite a bit because she's already said, I'm not doing anymore because of weirdos out there and just people, stupid people that can't just understand that everyone has a different opinion. And there is nothing wrong with putting different points out there. I don't know. It's just it's frustrating, really, because again, we are two big fans of her work, and yeah, it's kind of
I
frustrating, and it really sucks.
I like I totally agree. Like for me, she's like the OG. Do you know what I mean? She was like the first one to do it. She was killing it. Like I loved all her videos. I watch them all. Like I love the way she communicated. And then
Hmm.
I think we all know how people get in House of the Dragon. I I,
Yeah,
I got I got a bit of it myself last season because
I
I was trying.
remember.
Yeah, and I was
I
trying.
think so.
I was just trying to be a bit, you know, I just wanted to talk about it in a complex way, and then
Mm-hmm,
people
mm-hmm.
attacking anyone. Like I don't like this is going to sound stupid, but like I don't care about the characters enough to attack them. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Like, and then people took it the wrong way, and they came for me a little bit, but nothing compared to her. And now I respect
Yeah.
she does. I respect that she doesn't want to do it. Like, it's not fun. It's not fun
Mhm.
at all.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your stuff. First of all, one of the hates that, or like the people that were acting stupid, that I hope you blocked all of their asses. um, wasn't it because you were like making points for Team Green, like characters like Aegon or Aemond and stuff like that? And I'm like I support Rhaenyra, and I think you've even mentioned it. Like
Like, yeah, yeah. So, oh, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you.
no, no, no,
Like,
you're fine.
yeah, like when I was doing my proper low effort videos, when House of the Dragon was first announced, I literally made a video going, Rhaenyra is the rightful heir. Like that's unquestionable.
Mhm.
And then obviously the show came out, which is different from the book. So I started, and whether people like it or not, the show did make Alicent a sympathetic character in the first season. You know,
Yeah.
because they've aged her down. They had the whole her dad pimping her out to Viserys thing. Um,
Yes.
she's not happy. You know,
Mhm.
she's a sympathetic character. And I remember the video I made. I said, Alicent is a sympathetic character because of this, because of this, because of this. And that's the video that rubbed people the wrong way. And I think it's
Yep.
because I said something like, it was, I remember now, it was during when Rhaenyra lied to Alicent about getting with Daemon. And then,
Uh-huh.
and because I was like, Alicent has been brainwashed. Well, not brainwashed. Alicent has been convinced by her dad that Daemon is a bad guy. And now
Mhm.
she knows that her best friend lied to her about getting with Damon. So like there's just that feeling of like there's now a boundary between Alison and Rhaenyra. Do you know what I mean? And people
Yes, yes.
and people took that as me blaming Rhaenyra. I was like, I'm not blaming Rhaenyra. I'm just explaining why Alison may feel a certain way. Um,
Man.
but yeah, but
It's
anyway,
it's it's just so crazy how some people take it to heart. They'll act as if like they were a direct descendant of Rhaenyra in real life, or any of these characters. And it's
yeah.
like, okay, at what point do we just step out and just go like, I don't like this game anymore. I'm gonna just talk about it with the people that I know are normal, and we'll take criticisms and just critiques of this incredible world, because that's the thing about George's world, man. Whether it's the books, whether it's the shows, one day hopefully maybe we'll get a movie. I think movies would be really, really interesting in the Game of
Yeah.
Thrones universe. Um, Man, we can go so many ways. Hey, what's up, Jenny K? Evening to you. We can go so many ways and support, or not support, but understand a lot of characters that in real life we would not be like even making a point for. Um,
But like,
there's so many great characters in this story,
yeah,
that
like sorry to interrupt again. Like
no, 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 you're fine. Fine.
like let's say somebody was defending a really character that's committing crimes and doing like objectively bad things, then I would understand like why would you support like why like with Aegon. Are we allowed to swear on this? Are we allowed to swear?
Oh, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Like with Aegon like raping that girl in season one. Like
Yes, yes.
he
Actually, I'm thinking now, if for that word,
okay,
it might
oh
be used. No, 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 no. You're good. You're good. You're good. I think we should be good. I don't know, dude. It's YouTube. Um, just to just spell it, whatever, because I that might be one of those trigger words. I don't know.
okay.
I'm not sure. But
With A
anything else like the F word or whatever, if you throw it in there, throw it in there.
but yeah, no problem, sorry. With
No,
Aegon,
you're fine.
forcing himself upon that girl in season 1. Like, people did defend that, and that's when you're like, that's the people you should be arguing with. Like, it's like don't be weird, don't defend it. You know it's not right. You don't come for the people who are just trying to like create a conversation about complexity. And I know people are bored of complex characters sometimes, but yeah, I guess that's.
Yep. You're no, dude. You are freaking spot on. Uh, it's just like actually, we just got it recently with the whole blood and cheese, and we can talk about it once we talk. We get a little bit into episode one, like overall thoughts and whatnot. But we literally just got it with blood and cheese. Um, there are two ways to go about it, and again, we can talk about it here later. But with blood and cheese, to me, it feels really, really weird. And I've blocked quite a few people because they're actually wanting it to be more, oh, it's not gory enough. Like, why didn't they do it like in the book where we get to see the whole thing and blood, I think it is. He just straight up,
Yeah, it takes
one
his head.
swing takes his head off. What are we talking about, man? Like the moment ultimately accomplishes the same thing, if not very, very close to the same thing. So uh it's weird. Those are the people, like you said, that you should be arguing
Yeah,
against, I think. Um
no,
so
spot. I totally agree. I totally agree. Literally.
uh,
Yeah.
but Lady Lannister, uh before we like keep going, shout out to you. You are man, like I said in one of my previous episodes, she is part of my A Song of Ice and Fire Holy Trinity, and it's because they're the three, as in um, shoot, Kelly. Well, JJ was the one that inspired me to create content for Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire and all of that. Um, and then Lady Lannister, and then Kelly came around and Game of Thrones historian. And yes, and again, no, I'm not dissing anyone because there are some really damn good A Song of Ice and Fire creators out there, and I freaking love you guys and all that, including yourself, dude. Like you, man, so damn good. But yeah, it's more because like yourself, it's people that I started listening to, and I was like, huh, damn, I can, other people love Georgie as much as I do.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. It's just people who get you.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah, that's awesome, and the fact that thanks to the internet we can do this, you
yeah,
know. Uh, but anyways, we are getting some awesome, awesome messages here on the chat. TikTok, guys, we are currently live on YouTube. So if you are around, want to head over there, we will be definitely going through questions and comments and all of that. And yeah, just having a good time. Um, before we get into, let me see, season one, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into A Song of Ice and Fire, by the way? And it doesn't have to be super extensive, um, you know, because
I,
yes, there's a lot of people here that won episode two.
all right. Nice and quick. The way I got into it is absolutely ridiculous. I was in bed one night. I stay up. Sometimes I stay up just on my phone on YouTube,
Yeah.
and a compilation video of Jon Snow and Ygritte came up, and I clicked on it, and I started watching the show, like just scenes between those two, and I was like,
Mm.
I'm kind of into this, I like what's going on, and then then like Ygritte would mention a person named Mance Rayder, and I was like,
Yes.
who's Mance Rayder? I would look it up, and then I look up, and then it would just be a constant thing of that, and I was like, I need to watch like an entire night of doing that. And then I watched the entire show before season 8 came out. Season 8 came out. I watched season 8. I was like, no, that's not my ending. My girlfriend at the time
Yeah.
got the first Game of Thrones book because I was like, I need to get it. I read it in like a week. No, I read that one. No, complete lie. Sorry. I read that one in about 2 months. Read the next one in about a month. I read and then I just was reading them so fast. I read A Feast for Crow in a week. I was literally,
Holy
and then I was like, because I was like, I need to finish these because the Winds is going to come out soon, um, and it didn't. So
yes.
I just kept reading, like literally. I read the entire series, read Fire and Blood, read A Night of Seven Kingdoms, read every lore book I could find, all the unofficial map books, the whole shebang, and I just got obsessed. Like
It
before
is
that,
so it's obsessive, right?
yeah, yeah. Before that, I people who were obsessed with Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, I didn't get it. Like I was like, it's cool, but I don't get how you can be obsessed with something. Game of Thrones came along. I needed to know every detail in that
Well,
universe. You know what I mean?
yes,
It's
yes.
just,
I know. So it all started because of the show.
it started because of the show, so like I can't deny that at all.
It's
Yeah,
like it was just like me. It's actually, man, Game of Thrones is my favorite, even with the ending, and I have my critiques. That's what I keep telling people. Like, dude, Game of Thrones is my favorite show of all time. But I do have criticisms of season 8, of
yeah,
course, and season 7, more specifically 8. And I think actually you and me have talked about it in your comments and whatnot. My biggest problem will always it's all rooted with how rushed things were. Like
yeah,
you gave us all these years of character development and like really like centering the story with the characters and just taking your time just to like very obviously letting us know in a way that you wanted out, as in David and Dan Benioff and all that. um you could tell they just wanted out of the show, really.
like,
um
I could talk about it for
oh
20 minutes.
Oh, I know, but yes, I also got into a Song of Ice and Fire thanks to Game of Thrones, and again, uh, now that I am in a Feast for Crows, holy shit, dude! Uh, a Storm of Swords, dude. I almost started a Storm of Swords again before moving on to a Feast for Crows.
That's crazy. That's great, but it's unreal.
Like,
It is real. Like I get it.
it's just so good. Which book is your favorite, by the way,
See,
out
I'm.
of the five?
It's
I know it's
impossible.
hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Yes, I know it's hard.
It's impossible not to say Storms because like
Mhm.
everything happens in it and it's just so entertaining.
Yes, 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 yes.
I always say this, but I'm not sure if I'm saying it to be different. Storms is the best one, but I had the most pleasure reading A Feast for Crows. And I don't like
Ah,
it wasn't necessarily the best book, but I think like I it was like the
like
entire
the chapters that you liked, you really liked.
yeah, like Jamie's chapters, Cersei's chapters,
Oh,
and like I would sit in my garden. It was boiling hot, and I think it wasn't just the book; it was the experience reading it. But yeah, yeah,
yeah, I get you, man. I get you. By the way, thank you to everyone on TikTok. I'm sorry if I don't see the messages fast or anything. Renia, thank you for following me. Yes, if I don't see the messages fast on TikTok, I'm sorry. We're live on YouTube right now. So if you wanted to drop a comment or anything, make sure you do stop over there if you wanted to like get into in the chat and all of that. Sorry.
no,
My bad, dude. But dude, that yeah, I can't wait to keep reading. Now with House of the Dragon out, it's been a little bit harder for me to like read. Um, but hopefully here soon I'll get back into it. Actually, I did read a little bit this last week. So yeah, I'll. It would
yeah,
be awesome to geek out about it, like with you if you're
yeah,
down whenever you have time. It's like I told you, man. You just send me a message, and whenever you have time, if I'm home, I'm setting this thing up.
yeah, man,
So
sounds good.
and like we could always talk about A Song of Ice and Fire. I freaking love this world. Um, well, season now that we there's a lot of people. This is crazy, dude. Last live video wasn't there was like one or two questions or anything, but now we have quite a few in here asking very cool things and just saying cool things. Um, before we get into season two, what just overall thoughts of season one? It doesn't have to be super in detail because we can leave more like the other half of the episode for like what people are here for, which is mainly episode two tonight
Yeah.
um, of House of the Dragon. But yes, House of the Dragon season one. Since you've never been on the, this is your first time on the podcast. I would love to kind of know. Well, I followed you. I sort of know, where you stand. But for those that might not know you, especially here on YouTube, I don't think you have a YouTube, right?
Oh no, no YouTube. Yeah, I just stay on TikTok for a while and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are, yeah. People are probably seeing you for the first time here on YouTube. So there's a good
Yeah.
chance.
Yeah, House of Dragon season one. Honestly, like I always try and look for the positive in things, and
Hmm.
like because it's very easy to make anything a negative. It's
Hmm.
different from the book, but it is what it is. It's a different entity. I enjoyed season one. There's nothing negative about it. I know people like to nitpick, including myself. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. Like
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be pretentious. I'll be like, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Why is this character doing this? But overall, as an like as a pie, I'd eat the pie. It's a lovely pie.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with the
Yes.
pie. It's not the greatest pie in the world, but it's still like a lovely pie. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and they've made it their own with the different ages. They've changed, like even Georgia R. R. Martin wrote that the show's Viserys is stronger than his Viserys, and like
Hmm.
I agree.
Hmm.
Like,
Absolutely agree.
yeah, Paddy Constantine, the actor who played Viserys, I
Incredible.
think I made a video. I was like, he should have won an Emmy. Like, or
Yes. Yes.
so, like, I can't lie. Like, I think the time jumps, a bit they were needed, but time jumps can be difficult to do anything. But they were needed. But again,
Mhm.
you know, they're time jumps.
Yes. I think the time jumps always will always be like the point for everyone. It's like the happy medium for
Yeah,
everyone. The ones that love the show, and like myself and have criticisms, and the ones that weren't that big in it and always come back to like, yeah, my biggest problem is how they, we didn't
yeah,
really get to spend much time with these characters. And that's also due to the fact that they're making these seasons so short, and now even shorter, 10 episodes to 8 now. But tonight's episode is actually 72 minutes long,
yeah.
so it's quite long. Um, but uh, yeah, that's actually
It's
that's a
it's
good thing, man. What are you
yeah.
gonna say?
It's funny you mentioned that because my friend, he watched like House of the Dragon season one in like 2 days to catch it, because so we can watch House of the Dragon season
Mhm.
two together eventually. And he said he literally pointed like the time jumps. He was like, "Oh, the time jumps were a bit." He's not like into Game of Thrones like I am, but he was like the time
Yeah,
jumps were a bit confusing. And then he was like he missed the previous actors.
younger.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah. So the time
That
jumps,
is,
like you said, they're universal.
yeah. That I think that's definitely the like the literally the happy medium, the middle
Yeah,
ground for everyone when it comes to criticisms of us or House of the Dragon. Because also, man, now that I'm reading the books and having finished Storm, it's wild how different. Like literally, Game of Thrones, the first book and the first season, maybe two, up to Clash of Kings, up to a Clash of Kings. It seems like it's pretty like they're both on the highway,
yeah,
going on, and then a storm comes up, and as soon as you get that moment, and it probably even a little bit before that moment where where Bran meets up with Sam, because I don't think
yeah.
Bran and Sam, they don't meet until the last season, right?
Um, dude,
Feel like
I can't remember now. I can't remember. No,
we can go
that,
back to it. I feel like once Bran leaves with Asha and all of that, they literally like they just do their own thing.
Yeah, because they have that gate. They're like, and they have like the gate at the night fort and everything. I can't remember if that
Mhm.
happens in the. That doesn't happen in the show, does it?
I really feel like it doesn't. And then on top of that, you add cold
I
hands.
They did. Yeah, it just popped into my head. They did meet. They met in the Sam did meet Bran in the. It was like in this tower thing. In like Sam came through. It's hard
I
to explain.
thought that was I feel like that was only in a storm of swords. In the show, I really feel like Sam and Bran don't see each other because I feel like it would have been such a huge thing. The fact that Sam is withholding the truth to John that Bran is out there. I don't
Oh
know. But
no, no. But definitely, I definitely have to revise that because I can't remember the show that much. But yeah,
yeah, but yeah, once like Storm comes up with cold hands and all these things, I was like, holy shit, like they're literally just their own thing. And
yeah,
I don't know, I'm a huge nerd for this. I'm like, okay, if Game of Thrones ultimately, which that's what it was, it ultimately be like a fan fiction kind of thing, but it's a really damn good fan fiction for like 90% of it, and even season 8, you have very powerful moments like cinematically and that even if you're not agreeing with what's happening in the moment, your body is telling otherwise. You're like literally feeling things of like, what the hell am I just watching? Like this is incredible.
yeah,
um but whatever. I think what I was trying to say with that is that even like us, the ones that are either currently reading the books for the first time, I've read Fire and Blood before. uh and yeah, we'll always say the books are better, but in my case, I say the books are better because damn it, yeah, they there's just too much information. But I really love the shows. They're incredible as well. Plus
definitely,
all of the work that goes into it's crazy.
definitely. I respect that.
Yeah, yeah, it's just whatever. um what I was gonna say, season two. I think we can finally get into season two. People in the comments are like dying to just talk about season two. First of all, Roj, hi, how are you? Taya, what's going on? Cliff Whittington, I hope I'm saying that right. People, you guys know already. My main language is Spanish. That's my first language. So if I mess it up,
You're killing it. You're killing it.
WesterosiO, please help me out. Jenny K, they're actually this is like their second time actually here. Let me see anyone else. Cliff, and Zaya. Perfect. Okay. What did you think about episode 1 of season 2?
I thought it was good. Like I thought it was good. You know, it's a nice setup. Um, I didn't have much complaints to be honest. Like I said, like
Yeah.
it's deviating from the book a little bit. You know, it's got to make those
Yeah.
natural changes. And I
Yeah.
think like uh, when I watched that episode, I was engaged for the entire episode. At no point
Hmm.
was I bored. At no point was like, oh, this is bored. Like this is crap. Like what are they doing? I thought it was good. His whole Aegon and his whole I don't even know what to call him crew, like his
Yes.
friends, Aegon's
Yes.
friends. I thought that was
His
charming.
bros. His bros.
I thought that was charming and funny. Obviously, I guess I'll get to that bit in a second. But with the whole Rhaenyra, her being there, Rhaenyra, Rhaenyra being there for like 3 scenes and only saying "I want Aemon Targaryen" was very well done because it shows her
Hmm.
true, like her how badly she's impacted by it.
Yep.
Damon and Rhaenys having that conversation, you know, it's all fitting well. I made a video about this with Kristen Cole and Alicent. Listen, like we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm not like I I know I'm being a bit of a book purist. Actually, no, I'm not because I based it off the season one. Like in season
Season
one,
1. Yeah.
in season one, Kristen Cole's this obsessed, weird type of person. You
Mm.
know, he's latched
Yeah.
on to Era. She rejects him, and then he latches on to Alicent. So it's implied that he's still going to have this like obsession with Alicent because like the same way he had with Rhaenyra.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but then season 2, that Alicent and Kristen Cole just like they're getting it on, and it just seems like, and from the first look of season 2, episode 2, it just looks like they kind of like each other. They're kind of into each other, which
And that it all comes back to making them look like these just what they are, two big hypocrites,
yeah,
you know. Because they are literally just doing everything that they went against Rhaenyra, in season one. And actually, the whole Kristen Cole thing, man, sometimes it's frustrating because I'm like, how the hell does this dude just keep getting away with
I,
these things?
I
Like,
we
like
just made it
the
about that. Yeah,
like the Beesbury thing in season one when he just takes him out. I was like, dude.
it,
But then again, that whole room, since okay, ultimately it all gets passed on because the people that are in that crew are supporting usurping Rhaenyra,
yeah,
and they can never imagine having a woman as a queen or a queen. Um, so they're like, whatever, it's
yeah.
okay. Like, well, we just need this guy to do our,
But
our
even
things, and we can manipulate him.
even when like he like killed Joffrey, Lenos,
Yes, at the
and he
wedding.
and they didn't. The show didn't actually explain how he got away with it. Like I think
Hmm.
I read somewhere it's implied that Alicent and Kristen Cole lied to the king, saying Joffrey threatened Alicent, so Kristen Cole did what he did. I think I saw that somewhere, but the show itself never actually explained how he got away with it. And he's going to get. And I made a video about it earlier. In tonight's episode, he's going to get away with it again. Like how is
Hmm.
nobody like? How is he going to justify? Obviously, Helena's not going to be like, yeah, Kristen Cole was doing this because she's obviously like traumatized. But like,
Yeah.
how Aegon is going to be like, why was nobody guarding my wife and children? Like,
Yep. Yep.
I need to know what he's going to say to get him out of it because he's going to get out of it, but how?
Yep. Something super interesting that a friend of mine who they have an awesome podcast called Streaming Things, Steve. I think well, I heard it from him and I read it on Reddit as well. Read it on Reddit. I saw it on Reddit, where someone was talking about, and he mentioned it as well. Again, shout out Steve. Uh, Something about, so in Fire and Blood, we get, man, we're already going into Blood and Cheese, whatever.
Yeah,
In Fire and Blood, we get Alicent being in the same room,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when the whole thing, happens. But and this is the interesting thing, because we all know that Fire and Blood, it is an unreliable source most of like more, how do you say, like most of the time.
Yeah, yeah,
Um so who's to say that Allison in fact wasn't there when the whole thing happened, and she was actually with, in this case, Kristen Cole. But for the history books, everything, like, obviously she did not want to be looked as someone bad who did something, anything to mess their cause or Aegon and all of this. So they got, who was it that was writing the name, or the Archmaester Gildan is reading off of, damn it, I forgot his name. The the
uh,
maester that's,
but I get what you.
whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. She got, pretty much, they rewrote history for the
That
book, and be like, okay, you can't say that she wasn't there, because if we say that she wasn't there, that's gonna mess all of us up. So let's put in there that she was in fact in there when the whole thing was happening. That's a really damn good point. If you, I don't know.
no, no, yeah. You know what? That's very clever. Because like the whole rewriting history and yeah, you know what? That's not out the realms of possibility at all. That's spot on.
Yeah, I thought that was a really really good point. and
And
it
it
wouldn't.
and
The
it
what
made
now?
like, why can I remember his name? The person who, like, it's implied that the person who's doing the thing in Fire and Blood is sympathetic towards the Greens anyway.
Greens,
And
yes, the
with
Hightowers.
with Allison being there, it makes it more like like horrible. You know, it makes it even more horrible than, and
Mhm.
it probably, yeah. I think that's really clever. Never really, yeah.
Right? It's a really really good point that I have not been able to just ignore because I've had it in my mind since ever since I read it and heard it afterwards. It's a really really good point. Um, and that's the whole man. That's the whole thing with Fire and Blood. More specifically, around the dance of the dragons. Like you can tell so much how like certain things are said about Rhaenyra and the blacks, mainly Rhaenyra, you know. Um,
With her cut,
but
the like off the top of my head, the main thing is going to be her being cut by the Iron Throne when she sits on it, because like it's implied. I think there was like 2 or 3 accounts in the book. It was like uh, she she was wearing a full suit of armor when she got into the Iron Throne. She was still
Mhm,
cut by it. You know, the whole idea that the throne rejects Rhaenyra. So it'll be interesting to see how the show portrays that if she actually
mhm,
does get, because they had that scene in season 1. Viserys gets cut by the Iron Throne as well.
mhm, yep. And they made it super obvious. I remember they like zoomed
On his,
in.
so like I can totally imagine when, obviously, spoilers, Rhaenyra takes King's Landing, that she's going to
Yeah.
sit on the iron and it will cut the exact same pinky it cut her dad, and that'll be the
Mhm.
show implying that, like,
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Thinking about and I'll try not to like get uh like too into because I'm sure that maybe there's people here that have not don't know how things end. Um okay, so it's interesting their whole approach with the new like the intro and including Danny Daenerys to this whole thing after she was done so bad in season 8. Um and now going back and like praising her and this and that, which I'm all down for it. I'm a huge I love the Starks and Daenerys and I love the Targaryens because of the dragons, of
of
course,
course,
but the Starks always have my heart. And there's a lot of good Targaryens out there too. But anyways, it's interesting if they do that thing with what you were just talking about, Rhaenyra getting cut with the Iron Throne and whatnot. Um, because that would imply so many things as her being worthy and whatnot. And then what are we even doing if you are like highlighting the whole Daenerys thing? I feel like if you're doing that, you will also have to highlight and praise Rhaenyra and her actions because all this time she even considered, like in season 1, she even considered, well, it's technically season 2 as well because all of this is happening like what days after season 1. Um she was even considering just like accepting the terms for Aegon just because she knows about the prophecy and wanting to keep the realm together.
yes.
So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting if they do that with the Iron Throne and Rhaenyra.
No, no, I think you're totally correct. Like, honestly, I think you're spot on, because like the show is making out that Rhaenyra, like, is the good person, is the good guy. You know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
for how, because obviously in the book it's only implied, like, it is said that she was cut, but like, but anyway, in the show, if they cut her and they have that moment, it will create, oh, she's not. It'll be like, oh, she's not worthy. She shouldn't be on the Iron Throne. You know,
Hmm.
and then obviously her descendants go on the Iron Throne, and it goes down to like Daenerys. It's just a bit. We'll see how the show
Yeah,
handle it.
it'll yeah, but it can all, man, we could probably just do a 24-hour live stream if we start going down the down the rabbit hole and and the whole just lineage, you know.
Oh,
What I was gonna say, yeah, give me 1 second. Really? Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Um, text me, please. Okay. I'm sorry. People, this is live, so I won't be able to edit it out. I forgot about that. My wife is a nurse. They just called her. She was on call, so it sucks. I'll be watching the episode alone.
oh, that's
Um,
so cute. I didn't know. I didn't know you were married. That's so sweet.
oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Ah,
man. Yeah, whatever. This was this is our first on call call. I hope everything goes good
oh,
uh with
that's
that.
so. Oh, bless her, man. Oh, good luck to
Yeah.
her. Like that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, man, that I even forgot what I was saying, but
I- so
what was I saying?
what are we talking about? We're talking about Rhaenyra being cut by the Iron Throne.
Yes.
If the show follows through with it, and just going down the rabbit hole of
Oh,
descendants.
that yeah, that we can pretty much just be here
Yeah.
days talking about that. But yeah, let's go through. Might as well since kind of got out of out track out of track or however you say it. Let's go through some of the comments here. First question that Roj, I hope you're still around. I'm sorry we couldn't like get at it first. But anyways, we're gonna talk about it now. First one is Roj saying, do you think episode two is gonna be the twins fight Eric and Eric?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I think in the trailer for episode 2, you even see
Hmm.
Eric fighting, and I think you
Yes.
can hear it in the background. And if that's not Eric, then I will be gobsmacked.
Yep.
And
Yep. And yeah.
no, sorry, you go, you go.
Oh no, I was gonna say that based on the trailer and the pictures that they've dropped, I think that the way it seems like they're going to do the cargo bowl. That's how a lot of people are calling it too.
Yeah.
Um, which, by the way, people, this is like a legendary moment in a Song of Ice and Fire like history. Like this fight is something that is not only talked about in Fire and Blood, just history. It's talked about in Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire, like the main series.
People
Um,
sing about it, like in the books, like they make like singers singing about a story like this big thing, and the singers still sing about it. Like I am absolutely like I really hope the show does it justice, because like it is obviously, because in the book Mushroom says
mm,
like they killed each other quickly, like they just
yeah,
the other accounts are they fought for an hour and they eventually died at the same time while saying they love each other and all this stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what the show will do, but I really like I really hope they do this how I want them to.
justice. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, because it's a very, I don't know. It's a, again, it's a legendary moment, and it's a, yeah, it's a legendary moment. Like you said, they sing about it and all that. So I also think it will be happening on this episode. And there's on the clips you can even see like Damon is gonna be there. I don't know if you've kind of
Oh,
seen that,
I seen
but
that.
he. Okay, so what people are putting up,
Yeah.
and this is where I kind of stopped because I'm like, man, they drop one trailer and then after that they'll drop like 20 freaking pictures of promo pictures. I'm like, why? Like, let's just wait 1 week, man. Like let's keep these things for like the episode. So I'll watch the trailer, watch a couple pictures, and then whatever. I'll just ignore it. But from the pictures that I saw, supposedly, when the whole Eric and Eric thing happens, seems like it might be in Rhaenyra's room.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
And you can see Damon trying to open a door, like a big door, like for a room. And some people think that it'll be like, dude, if they do that, I think that that'll be really, really good because it'll be such a heartfelt moment and like how do you say vulnerability
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Damon and knowing that I'm getting chills, I swear. Like him realizing that he can't do shit. Damon, out of all people,
That
man,
I've not seen the clip of Damon trying to open the doors, but that is, yeah, if that happens, that'd be so good. And it's funny you mention that because I've seen a picture and it's Damon sleeping on like a sofa, and obviously
yes,
Damon,
yes.
yeah, and Damon and Rhaenyra, I think, have that fight today because obviously blood and cheese happened, and
Hmm.
obviously I'm assuming if that happens, Rhaenyra sends Damon to sleep on the sofa. Arid
Yep.
comes try and take Rhaenyra out, and he can't do it. Yo, oh, that'd be good.
That
Yeah,
yes, I know. And it's like Jenny K here said Damon is sleeping on the couch. But yeah, that I think I don't know. I think I
that,
hope, like you said, we both hope that they do justice to the whole Eric and Eric or the
dude,
cargo bowl.
I've got no proof of this, but off the top of my head, I wouldn't put it past the show. So the twins are fighting. Damon smack like bashing down the door. He gets in and he kills both of them because he doesn't know who's who, and he just wants to
Oh my god.
like I don't know if that would
Dude,
happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but like you can kind of imagine it, can't you? Like
dude, could you imagine that man? uh, they would just send Damon to the wall. Point.
just
Oh man, that would be crazy. I hope it doesn't go that way.
no,
But
no.
that's funny, dude. That's freaking funny.
I hope that's
Um,
poor Eric. Poor Eric.
I know, dude. Eric Stan all day. Eric. I don't know how Eric can just take all of that, really. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. By the way, whatever happened to we I hope we get to see him soon. Um, Lord Commander Westerling.
Honestly, no idea. Because in the book, he,
I think
he he's
he's
he's dead. Like in the book, he's dead
yeah.
before. Yeah. So in the show, like it's I in episode in like a year ago, I said they'll probably make him Daenerys's Jorah. You know the equivalent.
Mm, yeah.
Um, but I don't know how. Maybe he'll be the one to say. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know how he's going to come back because I can't think of a moment where he can reappear. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious. I have no idea how he'll come back in.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It just hit me. I was like, what happened with this guy? If they left out of him and Lenor, we it's safe to say that he is the one that makes the most sense to see back,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Because the whole Lenor thing is like, why are we there's okay, what are we doing with the Lanor thing? Like it's and you made a really really good video here. Like it was like a week ago or something,
yeah, yeah.
and maybe you can like sort of like expand on it a little bit more, but or pretty much say what you said on that video. But to me, I'm cool. Like it's such a it's a weird feeling. It's like conflicting
Yeah.
feelings really because I really like Lanor and I would love to see him back, and I think you said this as well. I want him to come back, but at the same time, what are the implications? What are like there would be so many bad implications to finding out that Laner was actually alive, and I don't know, but you
No,
can talk about it a little bit more. But
no, like you said, like what are the implications? Like obviously, spoilers. Sea Smoke is going to get claimed by Adam. Um, if Lena comes like, and if Lena comes back, how what's going the dragon lore is out the window. Um,
mm,
if Lena comes back and reveals himself to his dad, Corlys and Rain, like obviously Rainey's will probably spoilers probably be dead by
you
the end
can
of.
no no you well you can Just keep it. No, don't say it. Yeah, yeah. Don't say it.
Uh, sorry, okay, but like if
Just in
sorry,
case. No, you're
um,
fine. You're fine.
if Leno comes back and reveals himself to his family, they're gonna be like, what the hell,
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so if they do bring, I think I said I can imagine two ways. One, his lover ends up taking him out, like killing him, like similar to the book. So it's kind of confirmed that he's dead to the viewers. Or he comes back in like a hidden way to just Rhaenyra and just Daemon, and somehow does something useful.
Could it be? Could it be? Huh. That's actually a good point. Like, what if he like keeps his uh anonymous or whatever his incognito mode? Let's say he keeps that incognito mode going. And he does like go to talk with Rhaenyra and Damon and whatnot. Actually, yes, they need sea smoke. And they're like, what the hell? Like we didn't think about this. Sea Smoke actually has a rider already in Lanor. We let him, be free and happy in Essos, I think it is. And yeah, what if in order for them to get uh Sea Smoke back in the game and be more used to like people or
Yeah,
dragon riders, sort of like the way Damon did the whole singing thing to Vermithor in season one. There's like, okay, we need to like call Sandor Raven, which at the same time, how the hell are you gonna find Lanor? Like if he's out there incognito, I don't know. We will probably just lose our minds right now trying to figure out the whole Lanor thing. But yeah, let's say somehow they find Lanor and there's like, hey, Rhaenyra and Daemon needs you because like they need sea smoke and like you are the only one that can help like make a connection with this new person,
yeah,
Adam, you know.
honestly, when it comes to Lenor, I don't know how they're going to bring him back. If even if they decide to, so
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see. It'll be interesting though.
Honestly, don't like a part of you doesn't just want to whatever you did that, let's just move on
Yeah,
and like just let's keep the story whatever it is right now and just say, well, he left and I guess so many years passed that Sea Smoke thought uh
he's
Lanor was dead.
yeah. Honestly, that's how I imagine it. Like Sea Smoke, because obviously the lore, but like I know the show's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
We're just. I think it'll be interesting to see how Adam claims Sea Smoke.
Hmm.
Uh,
I think
sorry if
it's
I.
gonna be a really good moment.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting. Um, so let's see some other things. We sort of talked about blood and cheese earlier, and I know some people were talking about blood and cheese.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, no. Here we got. How do you all feel about the show adding more lore to Hugh Hammer's character based on the new stills pictures?
Yeah, it's funny because
It's
I literally did a video about this yesterday or the day
yeah.
before. Um, I was like, it's cool,
Hmm.
it doesn't, it's cool. Like in the books, Hugh Hammer's just a smith on Dragonstone. Jacaerys Valerian sends out a call for dragon riders. Anybody thinks they have Valerian descent can try and claim a dragon and fight for Team Black if they want to, and he does it.
Hmm.
That's basically it. But in the show, from the still pictures, it looks like he's getting a family. It looks
Yep.
like from I've watched seen some even further still pictures because in the can I say what happens in after no, no
For which part?
it
Well,
won't
I
be
think
it's not
it seems like everyone here. What were you gonna say? Is it anything about Tumbleton?
no I was
Okay,
no
okay,
no
okay.
I was going to say like after Blood and Cheese,
Mm,
like Aegon ends up like killing loads of rat catchers. Like
yes.
that's why, and that's why the cats were sent into the King's Landing to kill the rats. They don't have rat catchers anymore. He kills them all. I've seen, and I think, like with the funeral as well, I think that's tonight. Like riots break out in King's Landing. You know, it all kicks off, and I've seen pictures of Hugh and his wife in the middle of those riots. And I think that's when he decides to leave King's Landing to go to Dragonstone. And then he ends up hearing about this call for dragon riders, and but they're adding a whole backstory, and I'm curious. I'm just curious to see how it goes, because I'm not opposed to it. Like, I just want to see how it goes. Yeah,
I just think it all just adds. It's I'm down really to have more whatever more little story we can get with characters that are sort of side characters, even though some of these characters do things that ultimately are bad for some causes and whatnot. I'm down to getting to see a
because
little bit more backstory to some of them.
without spoiling anything, in the book, Hugh Hammer, he does what he does out of arrogance. He wants to be top.
That's what I was gonna say. It's more about greed and him being uh like feeling more entitled to bigger things.
But now that they've got the wife and maybe more family members, maybe something happens to encourage him to do what he does. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a moment in season 3 or whenever they do it where it's like, this happened not to justify what Hugh Hammer does, but to explain why he does it. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe that's why they're introducing a bit of a backstory.
Yes, yes. It's gonna be interesting, and also they kind of showed off the white, and people were losing their minds because the hair wasn't that white.
Hugh's hair is whiter than the guy's.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh man,
biggest.
that was funny.
Come on, his name's off the white.
Yeah, that was funny. Let's see. How are you on time? I was thinking probably here maybe however you feel really, but if you want to do like the next 15
Yeah,
and call it, or it's on you really.
no,
I would probably say maybe if you want to do 20 more minutes.
yeah. Honestly, I'm really enjoying myself. Like, honestly, I'm having a great time. Like,
That's what I was gonna ask you, man. I can talk about this, man. I swear to God, every damn day.
yeah.
I mean, we talk about it every day on TikTok, but yeah.
No, honestly, man, you're like, I was gonna do this at the end, but I'll do it now. Like, honestly, you're like you're a very easy, like, in a nice, really nice way. You're a very easy guy to talk to, like very charming, very positive, and it's nice talking to you about it. You know, like, so honestly, I'm having a great time. Like, yeah.
Dude, that's it means a whole it means a whole lot for real. Because and again, I was also gonna say this towards the end, but it's always it can be so weird. I mean, it can no. It's always so weird to meet someone. In this case, in person. Um, because obviously you have an idea of how the person is going to be, and the idea that I had, it was definitely it, and more. Like, you've been so nice and like awesome and all of that. So, but at the same time, it puts pressure on me. And I think I was talking about this with Kelly, but because I'm like, I want for whoever is coming in to feel comfortable and just straight up comfortable, and not feel like, man, I really want to leave already, or like this person is actually kind of like saying weird things on here. And
No,
so I'm super happy that everything's been going
honestly, man,
great. And
like from the moment, from the get go, like, I've been nothing but comfortable. Like, I feel your passion coming through. I feel like I feel your what's the word, genuineness coming through. I don't feel like Yeah,
So,
I'm being dramatic now, but like, oh no,
no,
cool.
no, 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 no. I appreciate it, dude. That listen, brothers in role lore, man. Like I said in the but no, man, I really appreciate that. Like a lot, a lot. It means a whole freaking lot. And hopefully, again, we'll get to do this more again, dude. You just is this your first time on a podcast?
First time ever. Like honestly, like I'm such a like. I'm a flake. Like I'm a flake. When people want to do stuff with me, I guess like I don't know. I get imposter syndrome or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, no, believe me, that is so freaking like normal. Like it
Yeah,
happens even to me, like setting up the podcast and all these things. Actually, even like reaching I hate reaching out to people because I always feel like I'm being like annoying and all of that. I really don't like doing it.
yeah,
So like yeah, believe me, that whole feeling it's normal. But even if this is the only podcast you'll ever be, I am gonna be super happy about it. But hopefully you feel more comfortable and again, just come here, man. Every damn time you want, for real. Like,
I,
and I know everyone will love it. Like right now, everyone on in the chat, and we're gonna get to a few more questions here. But yeah, just
yeah, brilliant.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm,
Thank you.
I, I hope to see you around for sure. What's wrong with this? Oh, freaking TikTok acting up. Oh shit. Okay, we're back. Let's see now. Rhaenyra and Damon's relationship is really going to go downhill this episode. It probably will.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a very good chance it will. Um, what are you gonna say?
yeah. Like I think in the episode, you even hear Rhaenyra telling Daemon like, "You've weakened my claim to the throne. You've done all this stuff," and like they obviously have that beef. And I think we even see a Daemon goes to the Riverlands this episode. He goes to Harrenhal.
Hmm.
Now that could be either Daemon, Rhaenyra sending Daemon away to
Yeah,
or it could be like a genuine mission. But like they're not as strong as they used to be. But we'll
yeah,
be able to see.
yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, it'll be. I'm actually really interested in seeing three performances specific and starting off with Emma Darcy and Tom Glenn Carney as Aegon. I think this episode, man, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some Emmy worthy performances
Honestly,
because what happened in episode one, man, emotions are going to be through the roof.
no, I just repeat what you said. Literally the same. Those are the two actors I'm looking forward to as well. And I think I've
Yep,
seen them
yep.
like when I've seen those two being praised specifically as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
And as an honorable mention, I'll add Damon or Matt Smith there because because of what this person said about Rhaenyra and Damon's relationship going downhill. I am really interested in seeing like their dynamic
definitely,
with their arguments or whatever it is from because of Blood and Cheese.
definitely.
Yeah. He's so as we saw earlier, Jenny Kay saying the Damon is sleeping on the couch, and then Daya says he's going to be sulking on. And yeah, you're pretty spot on, Daya. And the funny thing is that Christian Cole talks about Rhaenyra being a spider, yet he's like a cockroach uh, that just won't go away. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
accurate. Is Helena pregnant? Because I saw a crib. Let's see. I saw a crib in the room in the beginning of season two, episode one.
so I've seen people talk about this online.
Yes.
I think in the scene where Aegon walks into the room, she's holding her stomach, and I think there's a establishing shot of a wide shot or a wide shot, and I think people are pointing out that there's an extra bed in the room to imply that she's pregnant because obviously
Hmm.
so I think there's three altogether. But I've seen the clip that people are saying, and I'm like, is that a crib? I I think the showrunners have even said they've written out
Maelor.
Maegor. Yeah. So her being pregnant, like, I'm not saying she's not pregnant. I'm not saying she's not
Yeah.
pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
saying she might be. I don't really know what purpose it would serve to the story, but like, we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I think because if she's pregnant, it means the baby would be, well,
It,
technically it would be Aegon's in terms of like them knowing or thinking it's Aegon's. Because I know there's been a lot of talks of Aemond and Elena like
yeah.
possibly liking each other and this and that. Um,
There's
but
oh, sorry to interrupt you.
oh, yeah, you're good.
Because I remember. Oh, what was I going to say? Because obviously, because they've written out the third child, the boy.
Hmm.
Eight is now technically heir to the throne. So if he, unless am I being stupid? Aemon's the heir to the throne. Yeah.
Aemond is what?
Aemon is the heir to the throne.
I'd say so. Yeah, yeah, he is.
Yeah, yeah. Because obviously,
Yes.
so if she is pregnant, and let's say she gives
Yeah,
birth,
because they're definitely they're definitely not making Jahara.
no, definitely not. So if she is pregnant, and like, let's just say if, because I think it's a big if she is pregnant and she ends up giving birth to a boy, which I honestly don't think is going to happen, then obviously
Yeah,
Aemond might be, oh, I want to be heir.
yeah, yeah. I think. By the way, can you hear my dog barking?
No, 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 no.
Okay, perfect. People in the chat, if you can let me know if you can hear my dog barking on YouTube because she's going crazy right now. But hopefully this microphone is holding up. But yes, that's a good that's an interesting approach because we've known all this time that Aemon would love to be king.
Yeah,
And I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've read the Dance of, or yeah, the chapters for Dance of the Dragons, but I don't remember really Aemon being thrown. Like, well, there's things that happen later on that we're not going to spoil now. That yes, he has more of an incline and definitely wants it, but at this point in the story, I feel like he's more down. He's more of a like enjoying or down for the like the brother that defends his brother king.
yeah, no, 100%. Like in Fire and Blood, like he's definitely the enforcer of Aegon. Like it's never implied that like he wants to take the throne away from Aegon.
Mhm.
But in the show, if they want to make him like want the Iron Throne, like sure, I guess. Like I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah, I think I'm sort of the same way. Yeah. Uh, let's see. House Targaryen always having succession crises. Yes, that is pretty spot on, Jenny K. Uh,
Because they if
you,
if the Targaryens didn't hate women and just crowned the women, they would not have a succession crisis at all.
I know. Just imagine, dude. I always talk about this, and I just love like imagining what could have been. But man, imagine if Rhaenys and Corlys would have been like how it should have been, where
Honestly,
she would have been the queen and Corlys the consort king. Is it?
yeah, 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 he would. I in England, well, a bit going off topic for a bit. In England,
Oh,
like
you're good.
it was Queen Elizabeth, and her husband was Prince Charles. So like he's actually never named king. I don't know if that'll be the same in Game of Thrones, but I don't know.
Uh,
So
Interesting. I didn't think about it that way. True.
it
Hmm.
might be it might be Prince Corlys. Oh no. But anyway, yeah, honestly, like Rhaenys, from what you see of her temperament and her personality, you assume she would have been a nice queen.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think she would have been.
I think
Um,
it's a common theme in like A Song of Ice and Fire and George R. R. Martin's writing in general is that like the right person never really ends up on the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
You know, like the wrong brother, the wrong sister, or corruption or something going on.
Hmm.
Like
Which,
it's
if you think about it, and you put yourself, or like if you think about it in terms of real life, that's how it always is. Damn it! Like
yeah,
literally, what I don't want to say. Let's say 99% of the time. Let's say there's literally one out there that has been a good, you know,
mon-
whatever leader of the people. But
literally spot on. Yeah, and you can even link it to like politicians nowadays. Like
hmm
when even people voting for, like it's never the person that it should be. It's
yes,
always
yes. It's always a scheme. It always feels like a scheme of like even the ones you support because you're just like whatever, you're like the best, I suppose, out of the options we have. But are you really good?
yeah, literally
It's
spot on. Yeah,
sad, which it's sad and it's frustrating, really. It's really damn frustrating. But anyways, Uh, what I was gonna say, okay, we got here. Aemon, I think, in my opinion, doesn't seem interesting in being on the throne anymore now there's a war going on and he wants Daemon dead.
I
Yep, that's
I would have to disagree with that, and I'm just because in they've
what we talked about now as well.
they stills and it's literally Aemon. Oh wait, was that about Damon or Aemon?
That's about Aemon.
Oh yeah, so there's literally like a few pictures of Aemon staring at the Iron Throne. Have you seen the
Hmm.
pictures? And
Yeah,
like
yeah, and in the trailer as well.
in the trailer, yeah, and because he's the heir now, I think they're going to really drive home the point. Like, I don't think he's going to do anything about it. Like, he's not going to turn on Aegon or anything. But I think
Yeah, yeah.
and the want for the Iron Throne is going to be made clear.
Well, if you and even like going back to season one, just thinking about the moments like whenever they're looking for Aegon in the second to last episode and his
Yeah,
coronation day. Um, he, dude, you can tell that if Eric and Crispy Cole, bitch ass Kristen Cole would have not have been there, I think he would have sent his brother off to Essos. Like, cause like Aegon, he spat on him and he was like, send me out. Like, I won't say anything. I don't want it. And he for a second like looked at him like, dude, I really want to do this. At least that's how I took it. Until Kristen Cole comes around and he's like hugging both of them. He's like, well, the queen wants to see you or something like that. So that tells you a lot of like Aemond has always been down, even as a little kid.
yeah,
I was telling my wife that part when they were young, and they were. I think it was Lena's funeral, where Aegon was drunk as always and whatnot, and Helena is over there playing with the spider, and Aegon's like, "Oh, she's so weird," like blah blah blah, talking shit about Helena. Um, and Aemon is like, I don't know what's your problem. Like, I would marry her. He's like, I think Aegon is like, well, you go ahead and marry her. And Aemon responds, saying like, I would if it was like my duty, if it was like what was asked of me. Um, so that tells you a lot as to like his motivations. Like, I think he would definitely want to be the king.
you
So,
you you hit the nail with the hammer right there because I was literally going to reference the exact same scene that you just said.
oh really?
It's like you said it. You basically said it. Like the motivations and like the have always been shown even when they were kids.
Hmm.
So
And I
yeah,
think he would be. I think he would be a bad king. By the way,
I think he would. He
he has
reminds.
too much rage. I feel like he has too much rage, and like, and it all comes back to like when he was a kid, in the show and whatnot. I feel like him having so much rage and hate towards people that looked down on him, and even his brother, his own brother. Like, what are we even talking about? His brother did the whole pink. What was it? The pink thread with the with the.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Uh, a bit random, like not fully, but Eamon kind of reminds me of Stannis. Like, like I imagine Stannis and Aemon being, maybe I'm lying, but like I just imagine them being similar kings with like it's kind of unforgiving in the unforgiving way. Like I don't know, I can't imagine Aemon forgiving people the same
Yes.
way Stannis is unforgiving as well. And like
Hmm.
you want to be one of the qualities of a king is understanding when to let things go.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. That a- aren't you? I feel like you're Stannis the Menace. You're part of the Stannis the Menace crew,
I'm
right?
I'm a Stannis. I am a Stannis. I'm a big Stannis fan. I love the way he's written, but
I like Stannis too on the book.
I'm very aware of his faults. I am like, but
Yeah.
at the same,
Yep.
read what he does, and you're like, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
But actually, well, comparing both of them, I don't feel like ultimately. I feel like ultimately, Stannis's motivations ultimately don't really align with that of Amond
no,
in terms of the whole rejection thing, because I feel like both rejections were, uh, at least up to what I've read in the books, um, both rejections are different because Aegon and the whole family really like all the kids like Lucerys and the eye thing happened as well. They made so much fun of him as well that when we look at Stannis, it's more that they just plain out like Robert loved more Ned, but it wasn't that he you can correct me. I don't feel like he despised or anything. Maybe too. I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling here.
no, no,
I don't
no,
know.
no.
I feel like it's a little bit different.
As in, like Stannis never hated Robert. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, I totally agree. Like it was more envy. Like it was more like um,
Mhm.
not envy. It was more.
Yeah, in a way, it was jealousy, but in wanting what he was giving to Ned, like the love he was giving and the attention he was giving to other people, he was like, "Why are you not giving that to me?" To
Yeah,
where Amon is more of a like, you took my eye when we were kids, or you said I couldn't do this, you said I couldn't do that, you constantly, because we only saw whatever we saw in the episodes, but let's just go in this trip and be like imagining their day-to-day thing. I bet Aegon was actually like a little shit to Aemon on the daily, like for sure. He was probably teaming up with Jace and Lucerys because they did it for the Pink Dread thing. So
yeah,
who's to
100%.
say that they weren't doing that every day?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting. Uh, man, I think, man, we've talked. I think most of they talked a little bit about the dreamers, Jenny K. I would love to know how the dreamer visions work. Because Helena always seems so spaced out. Yeah, I mean, I feel like to a certain point, not even who knows, maybe not even George knows
Uh,
how these dragon dreams work.
yeah,
And I,
I made another one in another of the Seven Kingdoms. So we'll see how they portray that one. I won't
wait,
give
there's
any
another one in Out of the Seven Kingdoms.
in another of the seven. I don't want to give anything away, but
I still haven't read it. I still haven't read it. I'm so freaking excited, dude.
in another of the Seven Kingdoms, we'll meet a dragon dreamer, and like he's nothing like in the book anyway. He's not a main character or anything, but he's nothing like Helena. There's no implication that he spaces out or anything. In fact, he's drunk like when we meet him. So it'd be interesting to see how the show portray that dragon dreamer. You know?
That's really really interesting, dude. I can't wait to start reading, especially with the show coming out next year. And out of this, and I hear so many people, uh, like I hear more and more people saying that that is actually their favorite George like
It's it's such
project or whatever
it's such an
story.
easy, such a like if you ever just want to not read something horrible. Like, just if you read A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, like it's still the same universe. It's still George R. R. Martin writing, but like it's such a relaxed read.
That's
Entertaining
what I've
read.
heard.
Yeah,
Plus, and then of course, from what I've seen and kind of read from people and whatnot, like you also add all these like you, lore elements. Like if you want to go deep lore, you can also do that. So with like the whole Blood Raven thing, I think it is, and is it like Shiara Sea Stars sort of like in there as well? Oh man,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, again,
Whenever I get to it, I'm letting you know for sure.
hundred
Um,
percent.
that would be really really good. Is it a lucid dream? Maybe. Man, it's yeah, the whole dream thing, they're super interesting, at least in my opinion. Um, but they are also very I don't know if it's also like like what George says in terms of the prophecies in A Song of Ice and Fire, like where he says, "Don't take every prophecy that everyone says in the book literally."
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
can, and again, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he said that, um, and because in the Song of Ice and Fire, there's I don't know, you're all of a sudden you're with Arya and this weird ass old lady comes out of the woods and is like, young lady, and like starts telling her all these things. I was like, oh
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
what does she mean? What does she mean? It
The-
doesn't mean anything. It's
No,
just some random ass lady.
you're spot
Uh,
on.
that is funny. Um, I don't know. Ryan said that her visions aren't really clear to her. Yeah, that's sort of. Okay, maybe we can. Okay, it says also, how do you guys think this season will end? Because I saw some discussion saying it will end on the Battle of the Gullet. This is a perfect way talking about endings. Maybe here we can sort of like end things and the episode. Great damn question because yeah, we'll talk about it here. You can start actually because
Well,
I have thoughts.
yes, that is interesting because like way back when I thought season two would end with the Battle of Rook's Rest, like at Rook's Rest, but like I'm I'm fairly certain it's been all but confirmed that the Battle of Rook's Rest this
Mhm.
season is episode four, right? Like they say,
Yes.
there's a huge battle sequence and stuff like that. Um, if it is the Battle of the Gullet, and I know the Triarchy, they've casted the Triarchy captain. If
Hmm.
I don't know, I can't remember the actress's name.
Yeah.
So obviously they're bringing the Triarchy
Hmm.
in, and if they do the Battle of the Gullet, and knowing what happens at the Battle of the Gullet, and it happening at the end of season two, I'm not gonna lie, it would
I'm
surprise
not
me.
liking it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
it
would
wouldn't surprise you?
it would surprise me if they
Oh, okay,
because
yes.
are we I don't want to spoil what happens at the Battle of the Gullet.
Yeah, don't spoil it, but for sure we know.
If that happens in season two, at the end of season two, I'll be like, wow, that's quick. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Uh Man. um I am really hoping that Battle of the Gullet is maybe episode 2 of season 3. I think
okay,
I think I'm really hoping that's the case. Um at most maybe and it's funny, it's literally what? One more episode because yeah,
yeah, yeah,
what I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would man, I don't want to end with that, dude. I freaking love the person that goes down in the whole battle. There's a lot of people that go down there because it's a huge battle. Um, but I really don't want that specific person to just go already.
and
I really like that character.
yeah,
Um,
with without spoiling anything, and I'll choose my words carefully. I think it would be repetitive as well. This
yes, yes, I get what you mean. Yep.
and like
Like, why would we end both season first two seasons like this. Like, no, I don't
I
know. No.
I read somewhere, I don't know how, it was a long time ago now, that they've changed the order a bit, and people are talking about that maybe it's the not Tumbleton, but the Battle of the Burning Mill. I think it's what
I was
people
gonna
say.
ask you about that. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask you if you, man, again, it's been a while since I've read The Dance of the Dragons. I wanted to before the show came out again. I wanted to like kind of reread, but doing A Song of Ice and Fire now, it's really hard to do it, and with the show out already. But wasn't the Burning Mill battle around this like more towards what we're saying now? And because that's one of the first battles in the Dance of the Dragon. No?
Well, like at this point, like
Hmm.
certain people should already be at Harrenhal, and certain characters should be elsewhere. So, but like
Yeah.
considering how fast the show is going, like obviously they're 8 episodes long and like things are happening quite fast. I think it's got to be Burning Mill. If it's not the Battle of the Gullet, like it's got to be Burning Mill, and I think or some variation of does that make, do you know what I mean? Like some
Uh,
variation of it
for the ending of this season,
for the ending of the season.
I,
Yeah.
I was actually thinking if it could be Tumbleton Part One.
Do you think? Because I was like, it all
Weird,
depends how
right?
it all depends how fast they move the story along. I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's so interesting. We were talking about how Game of Thrones was so rushed the last, well, we got even less chapter or episodes than what we're getting in
Yeah.
this season of House of the Dragon, because I think the last season was 6 episodes, I think it was,
Yeah.
which
Yeah. Yeah.
is so freaking stupid. But again, we'll talk about that some other day. But um even with House of the Dragon going, well, you also have less like deep, you know, uh in the story characters. Like I feel like it's easier to do a shorter season with House of the Dragon than it is Game of Thrones. Yeah, I forget what I was gonna say, but I'm sure you understand where I was going. Maybe like I feel like even though this season is also shorter, I feel like even with the first episode, we got to spend more time with the characters,
Yeah. Yeah. I
even
get what you.
even just with one episode. Um, and uh, tonight's episode being 72 some minutes long, so over an hour. Uh, it's also something that might be it should be a good thing, because we'll get to see these characters in their feelings, and we'll get to again spend time with them and not just go straight to like a battle or something. Even though I feel like, well, we will have maybe the cargo blow, damn it, the cargo bowl will probably be the battle that we get, or like the big fight that we get today. But I don't know.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
Too many questions.
No, no, obviously, but it'll be like I think it would just be interesting to see how fast the story progresses. Like you said, you know,
Hmm.
they're doing long episodes, 70 minutes, 65 minutes. Obviously, less episodes altogether, but it'll be interesting to
Hmm.
see how.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. I'm hoping, Daya, that it is not Battle of the Gullet where we end things in season two. I'm really, really hoping that, because yeah, I just don't want it. And like you said, it'll be too repetitive as well. Um,
They
to
might do
end
it.
things like that.
Might do it for episode 7 instead. They might not edit it.
Could you imagine? And none of us be expecting it. Oh man, it'll
It
be crazy.
actually, it's not a theory, but I did have a thought when I was thinking about it like the other day. I was like, what if
Yeah.
that person actually survived? Because I remember hearing about.
Good. Thank you for bringing that shit up. Please finish. I'm gonna let you finish for sure. But I have, I thought I was alone in this. Go.
Because I've heard the showrunner Kondo, he spoke about how like certain people have got bigger roles this season and stuff like that. And I was like, what if like this person survives? You know,
Yes. Yep.
because yeah, go
And
on, you go on.
also, well, I actually thought about that. I want to say like a year ago. And for those of you, um, we don't want to spoil, but we're talking about the gullets. We're talking about the main person that goes down at the gullets. Put two and two together, or one and one, whatever. And yes, we're talking about that person. What if that person actually survived? And I talked. I don't know if I talked about it, but I remember just thinking about it. Actually, it was after season one when the whole Laynor thing happened. I was like,
Okay.
what if, since these efforts are going with this whole like Laynor being alive, what's holding them? What will hold them from keeping this person alive?
I
Especially after like the horrible events from the ending of season one where Lucerys dies and all of that. Like, what if? And again, I don't know where it would go into. Um, I wouldn't be opposed, even if it doesn't make sense to me. I will find a way to make it make sense because I really like that character, and um, I'm I'm grateful that they changed this character's wig because it was hideous in season one, and now this person looks way better. But I'm not gonna keep talking because I'll spoil it. But that is a dude. I'm so glad I'm not alone in this. Like,
like I did think I was like if I wasn't thinking of it back then like you were, but I was like, what if this person what if they do? What if they do?
yeah, because they never like they just leave it at that in Fire and Blood. Like supposedly, oh, he just like fell to the bottom of the ocean and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
mm, I don't know. And there's even questions about what happens. Again, we won't spoil this, but the battle at God's Eye,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which is gonna be wild. Um, what if like that person, not the let me see, how can we not the
It's hard,
person writing I don't know how to not
it's
spoil
but
it.
yeah, it's hard wording it without saying anything.
Yes, the one that its name starts with the D. Um, who's to say that that person somehow, and we're not getting nettles in this, or at least it seems that way. I always thought, like, what if that, like, he literally just some way somehow survived and just went out to like meet up with Nettles, and they're up there
That's what
in the mountains and all of that. Like, who's
that's
to like? Because they are so clear about it. They're like so like we could never find this person. We found everyone else, but not this person.
that is literally what I think the show's going to do. Like if I had to bet money on it, that is what I'm saying the show is going to do.
Dude.
I'm telling you, yeah. 'Cause I've thought about that as well. God's like, because the whole, we never found this person's body, etc.,
Uh-huh.
etc. And like maybe they'll throw Nettles in season three. Maybe they will. I don't know. But like I literally, I can imagine the shot already without spoiling it. This
Yes.
person wearing their special thing
Yes. Yes. Yes.
turns to the camera like that, and it reveals who he is. And he's just like,
Dude, this it would be it would be so crazy if all these characters actually survived, compared to what we got in the books. Um, to say that Laenor survived, that uh, Mr. Gullet and Mr. Battle at God's Eye
every,
survived.
everybody survives.
Can you imagine that shit?
It'll be
Oh
fun to.
man, that would be so crazy.
Yeah.
Man, I think Man, I've had such a damn good time. I know we could probably just keep talking about this. Um, Again, I hope to have you here as many times as you want for real.
Thank
Uh,
you.
the podcast is always open for you, man. Um, you just hit me up, and if you don't mind, I'll reach out to you as well and be like, hey, dude, like whatever, whenever you have time.
Honestly, yeah.
Especially
hon-
when your work starts as well. I know it's a little bit harder, but
No, honestly, you message as much. You reach out whenever you want. I will reply as much. Like I'm such a I'm so it's my personality trait. I'm so crap at replying to
you're good.
people. Uh,
Listen, I'm the same way.
honestly, but honestly, like about and like I don't take this in a negative way. I am surprised how much I've had a good time. Does that make sense?
Dude, yes.
Like I was a bit
Thank you.
nervous. I've never really done anything like this before. I'm a bit of a, as much even though I post TikToks, I'm a bit of a like introvert, you know. But
Introvert? Yeah. Yeah.
um, but I'm like honestly, I've had an absolute blast. Like I can't even. I'm not gonna lie or like downplay it. Like it's been a great time. Yeah, and I'm
Dude,
keep doing what you're doing. You keep living your life. You keep going the way you want to do it.
dude, that means again a whole lot. And again, for the hundredth time, we will be doing this again for sure. And you'll just keep getting, feeling more comfortable and more comfortable as you did on this episode. And I think, yeah, just again, the Binging Dragons podcast always has their doors open for you, and be on the lookout because I told Kelly this, but I would love to some way find out a way to have uh, some of my favorite content creators of like a Song of Ice and Fire and all of that, because this app, this thing, studio thing, I think it lets me put up to like 10 or 13 people.
Okay. Yeah.
It'll be, I need to find a way. I listen, I'll just shut up and be the moderator and be like, you guys talk. Because obviously it would be quite a few people. And I would love for everyone to like have their own, their moments and just have moments of like just throw ideas or comments or whatever. But yes, if I would love to do that, and most definitely also wait, that would be more later on. But I'm definitely wanting to have maybe three, max four people. So if you're down, once you get back from your stuff, um, yeah, let's keep talking House of the Dragon, and I know you're gonna be on a trip and all that. Um, but once you get back and you're settled, and the good thing is that as you saw, you can do it from your phone. It works great.
Yeah, man,
So
sounds amazing.
I'm hoping to have you around for
Thanks.
sure.
Pretty good. Sounds
That's
great.
recorded. It's also recorded, so you're already committed, man. You're already committed. Just messing with you. But thank you everyone on the chat. You guys have been like really, really damn awesome. Jenny K, Taya. I saw some Whittington, I think it was the name. I know I have said this the last two episodes. People, it's hard how to do it. I am still going to be doing the giveaway. I don't know if I told you, WesterosiO. I almost said your name. Um, but I'm gonna be doing a giveaway. I have two copies of these, um, and well, I have three because I have mine. But yeah, I'll be doing a giveaway for this. And there's a lot of man. I thought doing a giveaway was just, hey man, I'm gonna give this away if you follow me or follow the page or this and that. What's up, Bill Kills? Um, but no, like there's all these rules. Like there's even like the law could be involved, and I'm like,
Oh my
man,
god,
I just want to give people this book, man.
I did not know that. Bloody hell! Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah. So at least for Instagram, I don't know like I don't know how YouTube works. Maybe I'll do the other one, the other book for uh
Yeah.
YouTube. Anyways,
Back with that.
what are you gonna say?
Good luck with that, because like
Oh,
honestly,
thank you, man. Thank you. But man, people on TikTok, thank you so much for joining as well. I'm sorry if I didn't see y'all's comments that much. But thank you. And thank you again, man. I
thank
really,
you.
really appreciate you. Had such an awesome time.
Thank you.
Um, ev- what was that?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh no, thank you. Thank you again, everyone in the chat. Expect more live episodes because this is actually really good. That way we can highlight comments and like get like automatic feedback. Actually, people, I might go live after the episode airs um, tonight. Uh, which if you're around Westerosi, oh, you just hit me up. I don't know if that'll be the same time for you or if you just watch it a few hours later. But if by any chance, I know there's people that stick around. Uh, oh shit, I didn't. Westerosi is here right on. Oh, dude, Fresh Gear knows you from the TikTok. um, but yeah, dude, I will be going probably do like a short episode, pure reaction for episode 2 right after. And so, yes, people in the chat, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, follow the page, Binging Dragons, follow my brother and roller over here, WesterosiO. You can find him specifically on TikTok, no Instagram or anything, right?
No, just private ones, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Um, yes, go find him on TikTok. You can find me as CrossRodz, and again, the page Binging Dragons. Spotify, that's where you can find the episodes as well with video format. Apple Podcasts is only audio, but yeah, that's if you like Apple Podcasts, it's there. Anyways, I do love that guy, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good way to finish this thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fresh gear, keep an eye out because he's already committed. He will be back on the podcast. Oh man, this goodbye has been too long. Thank you all. And Valar Morgulis, people. I'll see you in the next one.